Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and I am not wearing a suit or tie. And there's a very good reason for that. This is a standout purchase, or maybe a standalone product. I am not quite sure as of filming right now how I am going to slot this in the playlists, because it is something that is very out of the norm in this country or even in the West, but at the same time, technically, it isn't the only product in this category. So, I am not wearing a suit or a tie because I am not quite sure what is going to happen in this video. And if it does go really, really sideways on me, I am not chancing having a dry cleaning bill. Yeah. yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is the product. And I think I have the wording the right side up there because I'm not sure. Partly because I do not speak Hindi. Yes, that is it. Right side up. And the English. This is Tobacle. Suit&Tie, Dip&ChewGuy. What's Tobacle? I will tell you. In this channel, we, all the time, it is one of the main focuses, deal with moist snuff, dip. And a little before Christmas, I expanded to do dry snuff, nasal snuff. This, friends, is not dry or moist, but creamy. This is Indian creamy snuff. What it is basically dry snuff mixed with spices and oils and put in a toothpaste tube. And you can do one of two things. You can either rub it on your gums, which I will most likely be doing in this video, or you can use it to brush your teeth. If you're waiting for the punchline, there isn't one. I'm dead serious. They use it to brush their teeth. So, taking a look at the packaging. This product has been slightly altered so as to be sold in the West. So there is an English version to the side. All right. Creamy snuff is denoted low. That it is a tobacco product is high up. And that it is, this one in particular, is enriched with clove and saffron. You then have basically what amounts to the Western warning label, okay, which has just been stuck on the packaging, because really there is somewhere around here, there is a smaller warning label that is the Indian warning label, and I'm a little surprised that I can't find it at the moment. Okay. This is the Western label. It is basically a sticker that has been put on top of the packaging. Underneath it here is the ingredients, and then below that is what would be in India the warning label. So the ingredients are tobacco snuff with spices, essential oils, and menthol. And the warning is, warning, tobacco is injurious to your health, not for minors. Keep away from children. And then you have the Indian side with the manufacturer's information, which I am going to read now with the magnifying glass. Some of this is not me being unprepared. I actually went out of my way not to look at this thing too much before the review. I thought it would just be better if I didn't know. So, manufactured by Janta Naswar Factory, Jodhpur, Raj, India. Customer care, there is a number that I'm not going to read off, where you can email at indiansnuff@gmail.com. And that is that. On the ends, you have just branding, basically. Sort of like the sides, it is the Hindi and the English. Now, really, this product, besides the Hindi, I'm referring to it as Hindi. I'm guessing it's Hindi, which is the main Indian language on one side. This probably is in English as well, because English is a major, if it's not the official, obviously, or a official, but it is a major language in India due to India being a British possession for so long. That and the upper classes in India still speak English. Maybe not in the home, but in daily transactions amongst themselves. So, that's the package. It's sort of like an old school toothpaste box. Pop in one end. Now, there is no safety. I did open this before once, a couple weeks ago. There is no safety on the box itself, but there is one on the tube. So, there you go. And it basically is all the information that was on the box. Now, not too much of a smell off the tube, but that is because they have sort of a medical grade seal on there. All right? With a pull tab. Now, I am going to put a dollop of this on my finger because I am not, or haven't figured out anyway, how to do the toothbrushing aspect yet. So there may be a second one of these videos at some point. I'm starting to smell it now, though, with that cap off. Doesn't smell bad. Anyway, so I'm going to take a dollop and I'm going to put it basically under my bottom lip. And from there, I'm not exactly sure. I'll probably have to pause to get it out. I may have to pause to get it out. I don't know how long before that happens, because evidently some of this stuff can get quite potent. So, there may be a video on this at a later time where I do the toothbrushing way of things, but not tonight. It will just be me peeling this off. All right. The product is very, very dark brown and very, very strong in smell. It is this is why I get paid the big bucks. Okay. So, imagine a gelatin Hershey's syrup, and that's what you basically have here. The smell is of saffron and clove, which isn't necessarily bad. Some people may not like it. It is a smell that I am somewhat familiar with, so it doesn't register as bad to me. But the smell of it, the strength of the smell, is very, very strong. So, yeah, it's like, all right. Yeah, you know what? I can't pack cans, and now I'm going to pull my lip on this because there is no room for error in my mind anyway. You do not swallow any of this. I am going to hit the pause button and get this crap off my finger and see what happens here. Okay, and I am back and still alive. So, surprisingly, it sort of stays in the lip. It does flatten out, of course, because it's basically a paste. But I thought it was basically going to liquefy and just go everywhere. And since you can't ingest it and it goes everywhere, then you can't talk. So what do? Spit it out? And does it work that fast? That's what's going through my head. So it's a very strong clove and saffron. If you don't know saffron, that's going to be very hard for me to describe. Clove, though, a lot of people are familiar with clove cigarettes. Imagine the taste of the inhale. This is just much, much stronger. There is a cooling sensation. Taking it, that is the menthol. There is a slight sting, more of a tingle actually, and it gets on the bottom tip of your tongue. The big drawback of this, in my mind, is you can't touch the stuff with your tongue. You can't place it. If you touch it with your tongue, it just gets on your tongue, and then you have to spit that part out. Now, I don't know how strong this is, but I am feeling something. And I have a feeling that will continue to get stronger the longer I leave it in. Which may be why people brush their teeth and swish. They do say that you have to swish with water with this. As you can see, it's starting to break down a little bit. So you know what I'm going to do? I am going to hit the pause button again and rinse out my mouth. And I will be back in a moment. And I am back again. Okay, so I didn't know how this was going to go at all. And I really wasn't joking about not wearing a tie. And I had no idea how this was going to go. But really, it's not bad. Now, ease of use, outside of a novelty item for us here, I don't see using this. You know, the nicotine's there. It's definitely there. Now, that may be why that people brush and then get rid of it. Maybe that's all you need. I'm sure by brushing, you actually work it in too. But I put it in and left it, and I can definitely feel it. I'm not saying I'm buzzing, but it's definitely an uptick. The flavor is extremely interesting. It's sort of the way that Cool Lip snus was that I reviewed a while back. What I was describing at the time as like a woody sandalwood is probably the clove saffron mix. This is like that, but more. I mean, and I rinsed pretty thoroughly. It is staying with me. Now, depending on how long it stays with me, this isn't something, though, I'd want to... I could grow tired of this. So like another 10 minutes from now, if it's still staying with me, it may be time to break out the Listerine. Like, you know, it's just one of those things. It's a very different flavor, and it's not bad, but it's not something I want, you know, my mouth tasting for the next couple hours at the same time. Now, the tube, I don't know how long this stuff would last. It's a 50-gram tube, okay? So, in respect to like something like a dip can, 1.2 ounces is 34 or 32 grams. I'm not quite sure. I'll check right now though. It's 34.02 grams. Okay? 50 grams. So there's a bit of it in there, and what I'm probably going to do is, for interesting, somewhat silly content, I will save onto this, and I will do another video using this as like a toothpaste. Now, I will most likely slot this in Standout purchase because there are any number of these products. This is the only one I know of that is sold to the West via website, where the website is in English and not shady. Okay? Information on this stuff also hard to gain. Partly because it is out there, but I don't speak Hindi, so I don't know how to translate it from a video. All in all, interesting. Very interesting. Not something I could see anybody in the United States or Canada or even most parts of Western Europe doing by habit, but it is interesting. And, you know, it is smokeless and it is a tobacco product, which last I checked, this was what the channel here is about. So it's interesting and I'm glad I did it. The tube, just to throw out there, cost me, I think, around $7. All right. And it was worth the $7 to find out what this was about. So this has been the review of Tobacle Creamy Snuff, an Indian product. It is the clove saffron variety. I'm not sure if there are other varieties under this brand name. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy. I have not gotten any notifications that I know of yet. Do check out Berg's Dip Reviews, Winnington Outdoors, Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee 83, Real Talk Studios, No Bluff Buff, and snoozefreak.com, the channel here on YouTube. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.